The following record is of an interview of Samuel Wiggins, a patient at the Brigham Psychiatric Hospital. Mr. Wiggins was a sailor who claims to have encountered a number of supernatural beings he calls Sea Lords, that he also believes have granted him with profound supernatural abilities. Be warned, this tape has contents that some may find disturbing. All right, Mr. Wiggins, I assume you know why I've asked to interview you.
I suppose I do. But you'll have to ask specifically for what it is you want to know.
Okay, we'll get right into it then. So these Sea Lords, I would like to know when the first time you encountered them was.
Let me think. The first I can remember was on my third big voyage with me late father. The year must have been 1962. I was 14. I couldn't tell you the month, though.
Now, what can you tell me about the exact events of the night it happened?
Well, it was late in the night, and we were tied off at the pier, too far from home for me to gauge. I could not get myself to sleep that night, so I sat on the shore and watched the sea as it tossed and turned. Not too different from what I had been doing minutes prior in me bed. As I watched the sea, I noticed a faint glow under the waves. The glow would brighten until a point where it was hard to look at. And then this entity, this being, would start to speak to me.
And what did this entity say to you?
Well, you see, at first it addressed to me as child of the land, and it asked me something along the lines of, "Child of the land, what is it your people call you?" In a whisper that sounded like it was right in me ear. A bit taken aback and frightened, I responded with me name. "Well, Sam, do you like the water? I do. Why don't you hop in? The cool liquid of the ocean is so refreshing. So how about it?" Now, I was young, but I wasn't stupid, so I did not go through with its request, and instead decided to go back to the cabin we were staying in, acting as if the whole thing had never happened. But from that night on, every time I'm near the sea, I hear the voices.
Now, you've said before that there are 9 of these entities. Which one was this? I assume it's one you do not trust?
You would be right. That was Tarleton. He does not take a liking to the human race, and wishes rid of us. Luckily, he's not very powerful, only able to take the form of the glow and speak faintly to the minds of those who look at it.
Very interesting. Do you have a favorite of these beings?
Yes, in fact, I do. That would be Merlac Low, the most powerful of the bunch, and also the most friendly. He took a quick liking to me as well. That is why he has blessed me with his eldritch power.
Now, I find this story all so interesting. But in all honesty, Mr. Wiggins, I don't believe it's any more than that. A story.
Are ye questioning the word of a sailor and the might of the sea lords?
Well, I don't really see that much in terms of proof, Mr. Wiggins. I don't find your word to be quite enough.
How dare ye! The sea lords are in fact real, and their power exceeds that of which the human mind can even fathom. By the might of the ocean and the mercilessness of its waves, Almighty Merlaklo take throttle over my vessel of flesh, and replace this lost soul's doubts with only the deepest of fear and most crushing of torments, for he is not yet tranquil in his oblivion, and has mocked your power in search of answers, and answers you shall provide.
Mr. Wiggins, are you all right? I do apologize, Mr. Wiggins. I truly am sorry. Perhaps I was too harsh. Wait, what are you doing? Stay back, please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I swear. No. 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 Is the patient unconscious? Yes, I believe so. Okay, good. And Mr. Richards, is he okay? No. He appears to be dead. Oh my God. Turn that thing off. After the events of this recording, Mr. Wiggins was transferred to an unknown facility that is more suited to his particular needs. An autopsy was conducted on Mr. Richards's corpse, and it was found that all the blood in his body had been drained.